it's George. This is going to be Rob Walker's Vinyl Tag 2024. I did Vinyl Tag last year. That was my first time doing it. And then this year and last year I did Punk Vinyl Tag. So anyway, I think you all know who Rob Walker is and how this works. 20 questions. I won't waste your time. I'll just start showing records. Favorite purchase of 2023. This one wasn't very clear whether it was a reissue or a used find or a new release. So I'm going to show a couple things. For used find, Radio Birdman Radios Appear. This is the 78 pressing on Sire. The original release is 77 in Australia. It has a different cover, and you don't get Aloha Stephen Dano, you get TVI, their cover of that. But this is a really great, this is one that would fit under Plays Like a Greatest Hits. This is a really, really solid record. There's a really cool Radio Birdman documentary that I think is called Descent into Maelstrom, which is the name of one of the songs off that. But yeah, this is a really, really great record. Here's another one. This is, oh God, I keep like brain farting. I've tried to record this like 5 or 6 times already. Favorite new release of 2023. And I'll show this TV Repairman, another Australian band. Great, gritty, synthy, garagey, punky, power pop kind of stuff. It really reminds me of Protex. Like Protex, and also if you know the Belgian band Hubble Bubble, really reminds me of that. This is really, really good on Total Punk Records. This is the 4th pressing. Earlier pressings have different colors. So yeah, this is really great. And the last thing I'll show, another new release, is this Ryan Kidd EP. This is 16 out of 25 on red vinyl. This is a project between Ryan Kidd and Dr. October, who both kind of part of the punk side of the VC. This is really good. They do a cover of Bored with the City, and I really like the song MK Ultra Holiday. So yeah, this is really great. This is a double B-side. I think completely self-put out. So yeah, I think black vinyl editions are still available, so pick that up. That's really good. Last record you bought of 2023. I should have said this too. I haven't hardly watched any other people's. I've watched Rob Walker's and Vinyl Richie's and Berkshire Mike's, and I think that's all I've watched. So I'm not showing anything they showed. Mike did steal Slaughter and the Dogs for the Manchester one. I was going to show that, but I found another thing. Anyway, latest purchase of last purchase of 2023, and that's, I'm getting out of breath talking too much. That's the Screamers demos, Hollywood. This was recorded in what, 78, 77? I don't know, but this is really great. I got this along with a few others on my trip to Olympia. There's this really, one of my favorite record stores. It's called Rainy Day Records. I think it's been there since 72 or 74. And finally picked this up. The singer, I think it's what, 2 synths and a drummer and a singer. Here's the inner. The singer was originally from here in Washington, and he moved to California, but he was in the real early 70s, 71, 72. He was part of a local drag theater group who would go around it and do drag performances in the street. So yeah, this is really very raw and really cool synth tones, and I think most of the punk people on here have heard of the Screamers. I'm sure they have, but yeah, really, really good. Um, 2 albums released by an artist the same year. And the first one I thought of was Joe Jackson, Look Sharp, and I'm the Man. This is really cool. This is the 10-inch pressing. So it's 2 10 inches, and it's gatefold, and it still has a pin, which is really cool. And this is from early 79 and later in 79. This, I feel like between these two is the perfect album for him. There's really high highs on this, but there's really, really low lows. There's some songs that kind of just suck. And the highs aren't as high on this one, but the lows aren't as low. But I think my favorite Joe Jackson song, I mean, obviously Is She Really Going Out with Him, but Don't Want to Be Like That off this record is really good. So yeah, to me, these are completely linked. Might as well be a double album. So yeah, Joe Jackson. One decade, if you could choose one decade. Definitely the 70s. You have, I mean, that early glam, the early like proto-punk, like this, you know, Raw Power came out that decade, and the New York Dolls debut, and obviously punk, the first wave of punk, the early really solid period of new wave before it got way too, I see, because I'm not into the like the Cars or anything like that, but like Elvis Costello and Nick Lowe and stuff like that. And so definitely the 70s. Manchester band, and I'm gonna go with the Chameleons. This is an 80s reissue of their first record. This is, I mean, without getting too pretentious, it's very lush and textured. There's a lot of reverb. I don't know. I mean, obviously there's some controversy around the term post-punk, but I mean, this isn't like Joy Division. You know, this isn't that kind of thing. But I also don't know what to call it. It's not, I mean, it's not pop music. It's not, you know, just listen to it. Chameleons, really great band. Most listened to of 2023, definitely Elvis Costello for me. This is Taking Liberties. This is a comp of like B-sides and outtakes from 76 to 80. So you get, I mean, Radio Sweetheart is probably my favorite B-side ever. The demo version of Black and White World. I think in the UK there's a different version of this. It's called 10 Bloody Marys and 10 How's Your Fathers, because they got Chelsea and Night Rally on an album, but they didn't get Watching the Detectives and Peace, Love, and Understanding on a full album. So I think those two tracks are swapped, and there's a different cover. But yeah, this is great. Crawling to the USA is one of my favorite Elvis Costello songs. Hoover Factory, his cover of Getting Mighty Crowded. This is great album. 7 inches. I just pulled 7 random singles. So Devo, Secret Agent Man. This is UK on Virgin, and it's backed with Sue Balls, which was like a hardcore era song, and they kind of toned it down for this. The hardcore version is pretty dirty. Elvis Costello, Mystery Dance, backed with Pay It Back. This is like a Belgian pressing. I think this only came out as a single in Belgium. But yeah, and there's also a variant where it's a, I'm not going to bother with that. It's a white sleeve with black text. The Pagans, Street Where Nobody Lives, great. Ohio Punk. And this is a reissue. I mean, originals are hundreds. This is a local band from Bainbridge. This is from the 90s, and it's called Pud. I Was a Teenage Rancor. This is a really kind of punky, power poppy, really good. They do a song called "The Kids Want to Rock and Roll," and it's just they just steal the riff from "Dancing with Myself" by Billy Idol, which really, to me, sounds a lot like the chorus of "Saturday's Kids" by The Jam. So maybe Billy Idol solo. I don't know. The Band, BNNED, Him or Me. This is really good power pop on EMI Harvest. The A side's all right, but the B side is called "You Dirty Rat," and that's really, really great. The Pretty Things. This is a reissue on Norton, and it's two of their singles combined. It's Roslyn and the B side "Judgment Day," and then Roadrunner and the B side Don't Bring Me Down. Is that a Beatles cover? I guess I don't remember. Anyway, great single on Norton, or reissue. And the last one I'll show is Resident Satisfaction. This is a 78 reissue. I think this came out 76 or 77 with a different cover. And it's on their label, Ralph Records. Really cool cover. And the B-side is a really great song called Loser Weed, which I think you can also get on the Residents B-side called Residue of the Residents. Yeah, too many R's. Residue of the Residents. So yeah, those were 7 7-inch singles. What else? I wrote on a piece of cardboard. 4 people at your party. I didn't really like this question, to be honest. I guess you probably want a party that's pretty exciting. So probably Lemmy from Motorhead, Darby Crash, Alan Vega from Suicide, and I don't know, Buck Owens. Lost them in 2023. And I'm going to go with, I think it's pronounced Ryuichi Sakamoto of Yellow Magic Orchestra. This was an early Christmas present from a family friend, and boy, this is my first exposure to them. This is it's the first album from 78, but this is a 79 Japanese pressing, which is the same cover as the 79 US pressing, which has a different track list, but this is the same track list and mix as the 78 Japanese release. So yeah, I guess I describe this as like Kraftwerk but funky, if that makes sense. It's got this cool, it didn't come with the Obi strip, but it's got this cool booklet. Got a bunch of writing I can't read. But yeah, this is really, really, really great stuff. Okay, one country, definitely England. I mean, Elvis Costello, The Damned, Nick Lowe, The Smiths, Bowie, obviously. So yeah, definitely England. VC channels that you want to shout out. That I think it's supposed to be that you discovered in 2023. Probably channels I've really gotten into. Midlife Crisis Rants, Joy Kim's really great. The Rando channel, he shows some cool stuff. I know he's been around for a long time, but I started watching Robert Fithen, and I started watching As It Should Be, and they don't really talk about stuff I like, but they kind of have an entertaining back and forth. So yeah, that's what I would go with. Oh, Ben Rankins, I started watching him this year. So anyway, a funky record. I don't get very funky. Or it could be a soul record too. I do really like, there's 2 guys that I like a lot. Charles Bradley and Lee Fields are like newer soul art. Well, they're old guys, but they're do new stuff. And those records are really good, but I don't have any. And there's this other guy who's like, he was kind of like an undiscovered thing. Lee Moses is he's very, I don't know what you'd call it, but that stuff's really good. But the only thing close to funk I have, other than that Yellow Magic Orchestra, is Black Randy and the Metro Squad. This is their 79 record on Danger House. This is a reissue. Um, it's really weird. You get like some straight, like just punk songs, and then you get some kind of like they do a cover of "I'm Black and I'm Proud," or "Barefootin' on the Wicked Picket's" kind of funky. There's definitely a big funk influence on this. But yeah, Black Randy and the Metro Squad. Oh, Everyone Has, No One Has. Everyone Has. I bet most people in the VC have this, or something by him. Elton John's Greatest Hits. This is, I mean, you've seen this before. I don't need to show this. So yeah, and one no one has is, now if you have this, I'd be really interested. This is one of those bands that is so local that I'm really curious. It's a band called The Allies. This album came out in 1980, and they're from Seattle, here in Washington. Or no, I'm sorry, 82. And they had a song that I think won a local music video contest. The first song on the album is called Emma Peel, and I think that got them some MTV radio play. They played a few shows opening for the Cars, and then they just kind of disappeared. So yeah, this is, I pulled this out of a box, and I didn't know what it was a couple of years ago. So if you have this, especially if you have this and you aren't from Washington, I'd be really interested. It's not on any major label. So yeah, The Allies. Oh, screw it. A female artist. I'm gonna go with Amyl and the Sniffers, another Australian punk band, newer stuff. This isn't from 2023, but it's a really good album, especially the song, first song on the album, Guided by Angels. But it's good all the way through. I hate that cover. That cover sucks. But anyway, Amyl and the Sniffers. Sorry, my voice is a little sore today. Favorite video? I don't know. Favorite video made, favorite video watched so many, you know, I don't know. I did do an interview with Al Millman of Alan Millman Sect. Excuse me. Which was a 70s punk band. But I don't know what my favorite video is. 90s classic. I don't have very many 90s records. The first thing I thought of was the second Oasis album. I love Oasis, but I don't have any other albums. And then I thought of the album 1990 by Daniel Johnston, but all I have is like a best of compilation. So I'll show this. This is The Mummies, Out of Our Tree, back with Tall Cool One. Both Wailers covers. And yeah, this is great. 90s, this came out in 1990. Very raw garage rock from, I think they were from California, but the label is Estrus, and they were from somewhere in Washington, custom label, and it comes with this little mail away thing, which is pretty cool. So yeah, great early 90s garage rock. That there's not a ton of 90s music I like, but the stuff I'm really into is that kind of garage rock revival sort of stuff. If you could walk into a cover, and this one is probably tied with that Radio Birdman as my best find. I'm gonna go with the Ruts, the Crack, their album from '79. This is an original. I was really happy to find this. I mean, I got it online. I didn't get it in person, but this is a great album, and the cover is just so detailed. You got Rat Scabies and Captain Sensible. You got John Lydon hanging out here. The whole band. Jimi Hendrix is right here. You get like John Peel giving some girl some candy. He's got a, but yeah, this is it's a great cover. Henry Rollins owns the cover was a giant painting, and Henry Rollins owns the cover, or the painting that's the cover. But yeah, Babylon's Burning, Dope for Guns, Something That I Said, It Was Cold, Jaw War. This is just a great record. Plays Like a Greatest Hits. And I'm going to go with the Cramps, Off the Bone. This is a perfect record. This is an absolutely all the way through perfect record. Human Fly, The Way I Walk, Domino, Surfing Bird, Lonesome Town, Garbage Man, Fever, Drug Train, Love Me, Can't Hardly Stand It, Goo Goo Muck, She Said, The Crusher, Save It, New Kind of Kick. Just a perfect record. This is a reissue bootleg, but it sounds really good. It's on this kind of green vinyl. It came with 3D glasses like the original did. Oh, shoot. So yeah, the Cramps. This is, I mean, the first 3 Cramps albums, Songs the Lord Taught Us, Psychedelic Jungle, and Date with Elvis, I think are good all the way through. But I think this is the best record, if that makes sense. And the last one is an album from 74. And I mentioned them earlier. I'm going to show Autobahn by Kraftwerk. This is up there with my best finds too. This was $2. It's really nice. I mean, there's some ringware, but it plays great. It's on, what's that label? Vertigo. So yeah, Kraftwerk turning 50 this year. And that was it. Thanks for putting up with me for almost 25 minutes. I don't know why my voice was really sore today, but I wanted to do this. So thanks for watching. And yeah, thanks. Bye.